So we're going to conclude the batch file submission training with a wrap up. We're going to put a nice little bow on what we talked about today by recounting the key points, pointing out some resources, and telling you where to go for extra support. Just some reminders, first order of business. You should know that the submission process for requesting SSIDs for new enrollments is unique. The SENR data population training explains the specific steps for requesting and obtaining SSIDs. So if you are new to CalPADS and you understand how to submit a batch file, please note that the one file type, the SENR, that is used to obtain SSIDs or to request new system-generated SSIDs for students who have never enrolled in CalPADS was not covered. There is a training called the SENR Data Population Training that will demonstrate and tell you how to request and obtain SSIDs. These SENR records or enrollment records must be posted or have previously existed in CalPADS to successfully post other student data file types. Again, we talked about the key concept of ownership. Your ability to submit, modify, even delete records in CalPADS is dependent on your student enrollment. You establish ownership through your start end dates in the SENR or student enrollment record. The GERR 005 or GER5 error indicates that you do not have ownership of the student's record. Ownership comes from the enrollment period. Compare the student's enrollment history in CalPADS to the dates and the school of attendance of your rejected record to identify the discrepancy and the source of this error. In summary, batch file submissions provide the functionality for mass change. Batch files are submitted through an upload process using the CalPADS user interface or directly via API, such as SPED, SSRV, and PSTS files. Regardless of processing method, all file types support the delete transaction. Validation rules mirror those for online processing. Batch file submissions are a two-step process requiring you to first submit the file, then after review, post those past records in the file. CalPADS traffic and volume determines your processing time. Remember, use the resources shown in this training to be as efficient as possible. One such resource is the job retention in the CalPADS user manual. You can understand the processing timeline for your files, or not so much the processing timeline, but the retention timeline. When your timeline is over, your access to that record of the submission may be gone. Additional resources for submissions are the CalPADS calendar, which tells you the reporting deadlines and timelines. There's LCFF information for specific student subgroups, and then you have your system documents. Go to the CalPADS system documentation page where you can find copies of the error list, the data guide, and the CalPADS file specifications. Also remember, in the footer of CalPADS are links to a lot of these documents, as well as the reference section in the CalPADS user manual. So please submit a survey for today's training, if you would, be so kind. And last but not least, we say thank you. We thank you for your hard work. We thank you for your dedication. I personally want to thank you for your initiative, watching the videos in advance of asking questions. But if you do have any remaining questions, please submit a ticket to the CalPADS service desk. We look forward to helping you as best we can.